somebody's heart.
As we've been traveling along Route 66, we've seen so many cool and interesting places. It's been really exciting, but at the same time, a little sad, as we can't help wonder what it must have been like back in the day. Seeing people everywhere, traffic bustling, and businesses open and thriving, it really must have been something. But for all the interesting sights we've seen, it's the interesting and unique people we've met and been introduced to that have really made this trip worthwhile. And we can't wait to see what lies ahead.
So we're back at it again.
On the road again.
Back at the laundromat. Got to do some clothes, get some clothes washed. But we're over here. And everything looks so strange when you're not at home. All the buildings are so different. We're in Santa Fe and we are going to Los Alamos. It's about an hour away and we're going to do some camping in that area there, so it should be pretty cool. Almost done. Little bellow. So we're driving up to Los Alamos, New Mexico, and as we're driving up, the scenery is just breathtaking. Just beautiful. It's amazing how the landscape changes from state to state. So we pulled over to see the Rio Grande, and it is just gorgeous.
What a beautiful, beautiful sight.
I'll tell you what, we have been seeing so many pretty things. It's hard to keep up with, but it's a good thing we're videotaping and you guys can watch it. This is our scenery right now.
I want to see how cold it is.
How neat is that?
Steps foot in the Rio.
In other words, Gina gonna bust her ass.
It's a little chilly.
Cold?
It's a little cold. Just a little bit.
Just get blown away when we see this stuff because we haven't seen it in a while. And every time you see it, you're in awe. It's just so small, so tiny around it all that it's just amazing. Gotta go to the old porta toilet. And you never know what you're gonna get at the porta toilet. Oh, got a changing room. Not bad at all. Oh, it's chilly this morning. We pulled into this BLM site last night, and they've got 3 campsites in here. But the only thing with that is that each site only has like 3 or 5 campsites, which is kind of weird because there's a lot of land out here. And we weren't able to find one. They were all taken up, so we just parked in a day use area overnight. But there is nothing out here. We got the 2 restrooms here, and if we look around, it's gorgeous out here, but there is nothing out here. And it is cold this morning. Let's go check out what the bathrooms look like. There is no water here, so you have to be self-sufficient. And it's just a ditch. It's really nice. Nice and clean. Serves a purpose. Oh, they do have water. Oh. Nope, no water. So down there are the sites, but like I said, there's only like maybe 5 tops. Got here late last night. Not really late, it was like 7:30, but it was dark as hell out here. And man, you could see the stars. It was just out of this world. Might end up staying here another night or 2. It's like $7 to camp out here overnight, and $3 for day use. So they have trails that you can take out here. Might have to do one today. Hopefully we can find a site today. If somebody leaves, we'll take it right up. So last night we got in late and it was dark and we had to set the van up to go to sleep. And I turned the light on inside the van and it drew a lot of flies, mosquito, moths, and they all just came inside the van. And we were like, oh crap. But we shut the door and once we did that, it becomes a tennis match. And all the flies and mosquitoes just get executed. And it almost becomes a game. But I can't tell you how many times this has saved us. Not just last night, but in previous campsites. That works really, really good. So if you're ever out camping, bring one of these, because this will save you.
Here at Wild Rivers Visitor Center, where we stayed the last couple of nights here in Cuesta, New Mexico. Just beautiful. Just kind of a little panoramic view here. But as you can see, it's a little windy out today. But we're heading over to the visitor center to get some ice and hopefully some firewood so we can have a nice fire tonight. And just really loving it here. It's costs $7 a night to stay at the campsite, and man, we are just living the life. Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks.
So here we are. What is this here? Wow, look at that.
Guess they were talking about going over to the other side. Just trying to look to see where we're at. But yeah, there's two sides, one side and then going over to the other.
How cool is that?
And then you've got the Rio Grande river that runs along. We were over at Cuesta, and then we were also over at Taos.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, pretty much are the same. I'm gonna go inside and see if we can get some ice and some firewood. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Doing good. We're gonna get some ice from you.
Okay.
I'll do two.
Two. Okay.
And I'm gonna do some firewood too.
All right.
How cute are they?
Got all the critters lined up.
I'm seeing a lot of these little guys running around.
Unfortunately, I have not seen any hummingbirds today. I think they're
No.
just about all gone.
If you see out there in the distance, they've got some fires going. I don't know if it's a controlled fire or if it's an actual fire that needs to be put out. People here once again at another park or another site. They're so friendly. And everybody waves to you. That's the thing about campers. Campers are like that. They're just very in tune with nature, and they're always happy to see you. Take a look at the gorge.
Holy cow.
Look at that. prickly stuff. And I won't get any closer. But that damn thing just pricked me. Doesn't help that I'm wearing flip-flops. It was just more comfortable. You can see it, the river all the way down below. And these rocks right here, they look like they're just right on the edge. Just pressure and time, one of these days they'll go down. That was beautiful. So this is our campsite. Got a pavilion over here. Got our picnic table. And how much did this cost us, Gina?
$7.
$7.
If you can believe that. It's incredible.
Been finding a lot of good finds. We made some coffee today. This burner right here is super awesome. That cooks everything that we need. And the cell service here is ridiculous. I mean, we've got full bars, and you would think, like, pretty much in the middle of nowhere, we wouldn't have that. I mean, we've been in some hotels, the Wi-Fi hasn't really been that great, cell service hasn't been that great. You come up here in the middle of nowhere, and you got full bars. Crazy.
It's been awesome. Man, to be able to call this my office, it doesn't get any better than that.
So it doesn't get any better than this. We've got the campfire going. We got our site. We're making some queso. We got our salsa. Making that queso.
Having some sangria.
And guess what? We're watching a football game. Packers against the Eagles. I like both teams. I don't know who I'm going to choose. But we're out here, and we got our own little party going on. Just awesome. So we decided to change spaces today. We were here, but we moved over here. Guy left this morning, and the scenery over here is just awesome, so we decided to switch it around a little bit and stay here one more night. Today is Friday, and we're going to take off tomorrow and get on the road back on the road. This is what we've got here. Gina's starting to make some breakfast.
Got some scrambled eggs coming with some green chilies.
Killing that green chili. Just got some toast over there. But yeah, look at this. Oh. Saw a couple of eagles. Well, I don't think they're eagles, but I think they were hawks. Saw a couple of hawks over here. and they were just flying around. Maybe we'll catch them again. Might be a little camera shy. But it is just simply gorgeous out here. We've been loving it. That work with coffee? Me and Gina are hike ready. You ready to go?
Ready to hit the trail.
Got our bag, got our hiking shoes on.
Whoop.
We're ready. We're gonna tackle one of the trails out there. You guys ready? Let's go. Ay, 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 ay. So we've been here 2 days and we've met some really interesting people. This one guy came to the site this morning and he was really interesting. I think he was like 63, 64.
Yeah, somewhere in there. He was telling us about getting his America the Beautiful pass a few years back. But really interesting guy out for his hike, telling us he's been living out of his car and following this lifestyle for 15 whole years. And to make it even more impressive, living in a Honda Fit, which was my old car. And it's a small car, so pretty wild.
15 years. That to me is unbelievable. Like we've been doing this shit for like 3 months. 15 years and in a car.
And in a car, right?
That's crazy. But you know what? Tip my hat to him.
Yeah.
Because that to me is very impressive. Bonsai!
Bonsai! Ah.
Danielson, bonsai! That's not a bonsai tree, but very close to it.
Kind of has that same shape and feel.
Yeah. And it's always weird because you see like one tree in the middle of nowhere.
One random tree standing out from the rest.
So we're going to give you a 360 of where we're at.
So we've seen anthills before, but this is an anthill.
So we're going in to check out the gorge and see what it looks like. Look at that, guys. That's a beauty. Just fresh air.
So beautiful. So we're nearing the midway of our hike. We left our campsite and we are now over at the La Junta Campground. And we came to see the La Junta Overlook, which, as we've been told, this is kind of the focal point and the main attraction of this monument, which was also kind of interesting to learn. When we think of a monument, we always think of some kind of a structure or sculpture or something, but this entire BLM area is considered a monument, which was kind of interesting to learn about. So we're almost here, but on our way yesterday we met a couple who were, I think, just about a couple of furnishings shy of a complete glamping site. But we talked to them a little bit yesterday, and we stopped by to see them again just a few minutes ago. And they have a lot of friends and family there, so they were getting ready to have a nice afternoon gathering and picnic. So we spent a couple minutes talking to them, and we are almost here. So I'm gonna just keep you hanging for another minute. But we're almost here, and really was a nice hike. Pretty flat, nothing too strenuous. But this here, La Junta Point, this is what we came for. That's the Rio Grande River down below. So this is the gorge. And I believe the volunteer that we spoke to yesterday at the visitor center said this is the deepest point of the gorge. Wow. Look at that hawk out there. Just riding the breeze.
Oh man. You almost feel like you're in the Grand Canyon.
Yeah. And somebody that we met yesterday, and I think the gentleman we met this morning too, said that all of the campsites that are up here in this monument is one part of the park, and then there's a southern part as well where you can also camp down below right at the river level, which would also be beautiful. You get a totally different perspective of all of these gorgeous mountains. Just really breathtaking. I mean, it's just, I think I said this in another part we were filming, it's just hard to put into words sometimes. It just really takes your breath away, and you just want to stand here and enjoy the silence and take it all in. So here we are, where the two rivers join.
3/4 of a mile here, and now back. Not a long hike. No. We don't really like to take long hikes, so that's just us. We try to choose a hike that's moderate, but I'm sure one of these days we'll want to go all the way down to the bottom of some mountain, and it better be damn worth it. Decided not to take the trail back since we've already seen it, so we're taking the road back. No sense in seeing something for the second time. Might as well see something new. Well guys, that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for taking the time out to look at our videos. We do appreciate it. We love you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, well, I know you've heard it before, but please do subscribe, support the channel. And if you need to get notified on our next video, hit that notification bell and you will be notified.
Yes, and whether this is the first episode you've caught or if you've watched a few, if you enjoy our videos, give us a like. That would really help us out as well. And don't be shy, share it with your friends and family. We'd love to bring as many people along with us as we can.
Absolutely. So we'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Till then, bye-bye.
Hope you guys enjoyed the trail.